Righty, ladies and gentlemen. As we're all aware, Wuthering Waves is a gacha game. And when it comes to gacha games, there's oftentimes this feeling called buyer's remorse, where somebody goes ahead, maybe they didn't do enough research in the kits, maybe they didn't go ahead and actually, see what the gameplay was looking like for certain characters, and after they've gone ahead and expended for a unit, pulled for them, maybe spent some Lunite or possibly even some cash, right? Well, they wish they could get a refund. And there was a really funny little thread that I saw the Wuthering Waves subreddit the other day while I was like taking a shit or something. Yeah. I sometimes look up like reaction content or like stuff I'll make videos on like while I'm on the toilet. It's pretty crazy working 24/7, you know what I mean? I saw a really cool thread. And this is the thread over here, ladies and gentlemen. If you could refund a limited 5-star, who could it be? And there's 271 comments. There's going to be some that are at the top. There are going to be some that are at the bottom. And what I wanted to go through today was just, well, walk through the community's top responses and why they might be feeling the way that they do. Because naturally, people are going to go in surface level for as to why they don't like certain characters or units. I can take it to that next level. All right, so first one up, we got to take the opening poster. And naturally, due to the lack of upvotes, 271 comments and the downvotes, this isn't a particularly popular one, as you can tell. I don't think it's because of the first sentence, I think it's because of the second one. So let's go ahead, let's read the first. Personally, I would refund Yinlin. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the first unit that this person would refund, and I think it's a unit that a lot of people would refund at this point because I think they're technically the weakest character in the game. If they're not the weakest, they're close to it. Yinlin over here, the 1.0 sub DPS, who everyone thought was going to age a lot better than Jian. Bro, it was like the opposite. Yeah, Yinlin was basically like an Asian woman about to hit menopause. And like, yeah, in like 5 years, everything changed. And like now she's like 5 inches shorter. Like her hair's like an afro and like stuff's not looking good. Right? That's essentially what occurred within like 6 months of this unit's release. And good golly gee, I think just at a baseline, people know you don't want to get anywhere near this character. And when her best in slot teammates happen to be Count Charo and Zhang Liao, you're not really given a lot of reasons to, well, either pull her, play her, or even like build her teams because, well, she's kind of like an artifact of the 1.x days, and everyone that she worked with has better options except for her. Zhang Liao would prefer to be with Lene and other characters, so would Count Charo. She's basically got nobody that wants to be with her. I mean, now that I'm talking about it, it's just kind of sad, isn't it? I think the only silver lining when it comes to this unit is, well, not Jinzo Keeper, but like her weapon, because her weapon is like 300 times better than she is. And like her weapon has probably like, I'm gonna softball it, probably 50 times the pull value that she does. Every one Astrite you spend on Yinlin is like spending 50 on her weapon. Like you are wasting shit by spending resources on her, and this shit is like amazing in comparison. So that's going to be like the rough breakdown. Basically, this is just like a never fucking pull Yinlin ever, or you're like actually bricking your account. You're approaching bricking territory here. I think most people will tell you that's a fact. Now, though, you might be recalling the other unit that we saw in that top post, and this is probably where people are going to get a little upset. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Imith was the next character up that got mentioned. I'll be honest, I think the reason is quite fair. Forgot about Imith, I would refund her. She lacks actual gameplay and just spams cutscenes. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Like she basically does 3 basic attack chains and like that's her kit. And then presses 5 cutscenes. Like I'll just show you what the interactions are in this kit. Can you sweat with Imith? Sort of. The only sweating you can do with this character is essentially... Okay, this is... Let me just show you the only, like, sweaty team this unit has. Because it's kind of goofy what you have to do. Okay, well, okay, great. We got the gorilla. Awesome. So, Mono Fusion is kind of like the only sweaty Imith team that you have. Because I'm just going to show you what a baseline rotation looks like on her. So I could like just give credence to what this guy is saying and just say, okay, he's not just like an Imith hater, he's actually spitting over here, okay? Get ready for this. So we're just gonna do a basic rotation over here to just show you what Imith needs to do on the battlefield. Right. So this is what Imith does. 1, 2, spam your basics, right? Ult, one cutscene. Press E, another cutscene. Spam your basics, right? Throw in a tomb break. Cutscene, E, cutscene. Heavy attack, cutscene. Ult, cutscene. That's the rotate. That's it. So it's literally 3 basic attack chains, and then the rest is cutscenes. He's not wrong. And to not agree with what he's saying, that her kid is mostly just cutscenes when you're playing 1, 2, 3, you're LARPing. You're LARPing if you don't think she's cutscene gameplay 1, 2, 3, because like I just showed you, that's the optimal way to play her. That's the optimal rotation for her. It's literally cutscene gameplay. And if somebody doesn't like that because, well, they're watching more than they're playing, in a game like Wuthering Waves, I can't blame them because they're here to play the game, not watch it. They're here to play the game, not watch the game, bro. Half of this, when this unit's on field, you're watching her most of the time. Your hands are off the keyboard because you can't make inputs. Now, I'll show you what some, like, higher level Imeth gameplay is supposed to look like. But you'll notice something a little bit funny about it. So this is we're just building up our stuff over here. But this is where you do it. Get ready. So, you're just out here basic attacking on Imeth, right? So that you can have a shorter rotation when you enter the field. Right? So that you have all of your stuff ready already. Obviously, I did like too much, but that is like the only part of like complexity of Imeth and Quick Swap. It's, oh, can you push up your basic attacks during Lupa's rotation? That's it. That's the complexity, bro. Can you push up your Lupa's attacks so that they match up with Imeth's? Or can you push up your Imeth's basics so that they're during Lupa's rotation so that her on-field rotation is shorter? That's it. You have the same cutscenes, but it's like you just take those basics and put them somewhere else in the rotation. But it's still just cutscenes when she's on field. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I'm going to say, yes, this is going to be a hot take, but this is factually correct. And if you dislike her because of this, you're not wrong. It's just your opinion. And it's an opinion a lot of people have. She is kind of boring to me. She's really boring to me, actually. It's one of the most boring units in the game, if I'm going to be honest. Yes, cinematic, but my hands are off the keyboard 90% of the time. Now we gotta move on to the next 2 characters. And I think this is one that's gonna be maybe a little bit more controversial, but I don't think anyone can disagree. Zani and Phoebe. And you wanna know what I like the best? This is the most upvoted one. And you no, they're not being specific either because Zani mains are crazy. And this is the other thing. You know a fuck ton of people downvoted this as well. You already know this is the top upvoted one. Bro, I wish I could see how many downvotes were on it. Bro, I wish I could see how many downvotes were on this one. It would be hilarious, right? Because it might say, like, upvoted 400 times, downvoted 300 times. Use old.reddit. Oh, wait. Will old.reddit show me? Will old.reddit show me, bro? Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna test this out. I will be an investigator. I don't think so. Oh, so did I just get debated? Oh, old.reddit isn't even worse. Some shit about a DNS address. I don't know what the fuck that is. Do I look like a nerd to you? Don't answer that question. You're getting banned. All right. So, Zani and Phoebe. Just not my cup of tea gameplay-wise. Rolled them because I like them as a character. This is basically what he's saying. I don't like that when I have this team with all of their signature weapons and all of this, I still need to play the game like it's my job, and that I'm like at like fucking Evo, and my opponent is like Justin Wong or some shit. I have to play like a fucking freak whose like life is on the line just to be able to clear baseline content with max signature investment and all of that shit. And most people are probably under the realization, man, I just don't like the gameplay in this team. I was baited into pulling it because so many individuals were out here saying it was like the best thing since sliced bread. But it turns out I'm getting early onset arthritis just learning the team's rotation. So I've decided to put the team down for the sake of my health and, of course, the fact that I'm not a fucking loser. Because that is truly the meta surrounding this unit. It's like a bunch of losers who are like trying to like impress each other about who could be the biggest loser. Because this is what Zani mains do. They pretend, right? that they're better than other people because they take much longer to clear the content than anybody else. They play the game more than anybody else because they're out here practicing their rotations for 30 fucking hours and then expecting everybody else to think the same when they have lives, hobbies, and pretty much anything else to fucking do with their lives. And the main sort of take has been is that Zani's like some good unit to pull. Zani's like a great unit to pull. She's a good idea for people, and you just need to be good at the game. You need to have a lot of time to spend, and you also like to like jump through hoops. It's like everything is a Rube Goldberg machine when you have this team. That's essentially what it is. Try to get a glass of water. Okay, do a couple of backflips, like, you know, like fucking, like alligator crawl through, like, barbed wire, and then also, like, chop your dick and balls off before you can get a drink. Bro, it's like these guys are out here doing so much, and because nobody else is, like, looking at them being like, oh, that's an educated thing to do, they're like, they're like trying to say people are worse. And that's why I'm just so happy to see these guys with such a nondescript, just such a general statement. They're at the top because that's the reality take regarding Zani and Phoebe. I'm just right, and these retards have been a vocal minority the whole time. Nobody likes these fucking characters. They're dog shit. That's pretty much it. All right, let's read some of the comments over here. Second that one, or at least Zani, because I like the Phoebe gameplay. If they make a way for Zani to always be in ult form, I won't complain. Same, Zani is my favorite character, but she didn't age well at all. Complete opposite, I love the gameplay. And this is the retard over here that goes ahead and proceeds to generate so much hate against Zani. Guys, Zani and Phoebe have been an amazing... This is the guy I was talking about. Guys, I didn't even pre-watch this. I knew there was going to be some retard in the comment section saying exactly what I said they were going to say. I'm not lying when I'm talking about these characters, bro. I don't lie about this shit because I've seen it firsthand. These guys are like sped prime. Zani and Phoebe have been an amazing investment. At a mere 3 cost, they have continued to dominate all spectral content, providing me with a ton of satisfaction, learning their quick swap rotation, and saved me pulls on ever since. Yes, because you're paying with your time, because you're paying the game like a fucking job, you moron. And what do you do when the fucking TOA has Spectre-resistant bosses? Do you just go do something in Minecraft because you have no other characters? Or you don't know... What the heck? Not needed to pull a weapon for Peeb, sequences for either of them. Was happy to skip Luke 100% with no drop in clearing ability. Guys, they're telling you to skip Luke Herson and pull Zani and Phoebe instead. Guys, their professional advice to you is to, as a new player, skip Luke Herson and go pull Zani and Phoebe. This guy's meta takes need to be GPQ'd in the head. Bro, like, this is the level of just stupidity when it comes to the Zani player base that they're telling you to pull Zani and Phoebe over one character, Luke Herson. Because you need these two units to work together. Without Spectral Frazzle stacks for Phoebe, bro, this bitch doesn't do anything. So at a baseline, you kind of like need these two characters. And there will be people out there, right, telling you, oh yeah, they can clear without signatures. Bro, you better have like top 1 million fucking % echoes, or you better be out here, right, literally playing Arthritis and locking down your rover permanently in Spectral form. And it's, I don't even need to talk about it, bro. We already know it's a beaten horse. They're not good. And everyone wishes that they could take all the asteroids spent, all the tubes and tuners spent on their echoes, and distribute it across the rest of your account. Hey, let me just be real here. If you had the ability, open invite, delete these two characters and refund everything spent on them. Echoes, tubes, tuners, resonance potions, all of that, you would do it. You would do it. Because a bunch of other fucking people would too. All right, now, none. I only pull ones I like, either for their looks, voice actor, or their personality. If they're strong, that's a bonus. And I think this is a W take over here. No, this is truly, actually, I think, supposed to be the main take overall. Because at the end of the day, a character's meta relevance, performance, blah, 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 all of that, it shouldn't actually matter when it comes to your pulling decisions. Because guess what? If you're entirely pulling on meta all the time, then you're always going to be pulling for a new character because the meta is always going to be shifting, right? But nowadays, if you're pulling for who you like, then that's never really going to change unless what you like changes. And if what you like changes, then, like, what you like fucking changes, bro. What do you want me to do about that? Then go buy new things. But if you're assuming your likes stay the same, then, like, yeah, that should be the most reliable way to go for things. This is my recommendation for most people because this actually goes hand in hand with another response that I've been seeing down here that's really funny. Oh. Okay, so we've got... So far, it's been Zani twice, Imith once, Yinlin once, and then nobody. So it's just Zani's leading the race right now. Sometimes I just wonder how these mains try their best to deny reality. Nobody likes your character, but you keep trying to say everyone does. Why do you keep trying to pretend Zani's a popular meta unit? She's not. Everyone hates her. Any post talking about who they wish they could take off their account, she is the top mentioned unit. Literally, this is the proof. Bro, wait, this is the third most upvoted comment, and then she's also in the first one. Let's read this one, just in case. Maybe he's bringing up some major points that maybe need to be expanded on more. Zani 1000%. I only pulled Zani because I had Phoebe in my first temple when I started the game. Get jebaited, moron. And I like Phoebe, so I thought it'd be a nice team. I was dead wrong. Zani is way too clunky. TOA, she sucks. Holograms against flying bosses, she's useless. Not wrong. Try using her against, like... Bro, try using her against Mia. You're gonna want to uninstall. And in Weewa, she is not even worth mentioning. Bro, Zani and Whimpering Waste following the HP inflation is actually I think the worst thing I've ever seen in the game, bro. Like truly, I don't even know what you're supposed to do with that character in that game mode, because like, dude, you have no grouping. You've got like, they have so much HP that like her rotation kills like one wave, and then Phoebe goes on field and does no fucking damage. Dude, it is truly like, I feel like she might actually be the worst one in the game, like close to the worst Weewa character in the game. What do you mean Zani is good in Weewa, bro? Nando, I don't think you played, well, I don't even know if you played Wuthering Waves in the past 6 months, bro. I actually, if somebody asked me, I couldn't comfortably say yes. That I just wanted to let that be known. Like I would not have your back. Like if someone was like, yo, say, like, yo, it's Nando, like, you know I'm not a LARPer, right? I'd be like, yeah, I just stay silent. Anyways, I die in the overworld to regular mobs using her, which I guess is fair because she never has her ultimate. So like, you're just out here punching people with the shield the whole time. So that must be the I could see people die that way because you're not fucking doing anything. Even worse, how Chisa doesn't buff her. I guess that's also the funny thing. I think Kuro also knows that these two are a fucking mistake and like have intentionally made every negative status support not work with them. Like Chisa is worse than Verena with these. Bro, I think Chisa's worse than Abijah with these guys. I don't know how they did it. Chisa's literally worse than Baija. It's fucking weird, right? And then they like also like made it so that Soy needs to be S1 to work with these guys too. I think they're basically saying like, fucking abandon these characters, bro. They're trash. And like, if you really want to make them work, we'll make you pay. But like, we really don't want you to we don't want you to work with, we don't want you to like build this team or upgrade this team. Just abandon this team. Like, this is Kuro Games telling you abandon this team. When this team doesn't work with Soy, unless she's on S1, yes, they're telling you to abandon this, even Kuro themselves. So yeah. I wasted 150 pulls because I lost my 50-50 and that agonized me. Bro, this Zani ruined this guy's life. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this guy hates her. It's personal. No, with this guy, the Zani hate is personal, bro. Because like, imagine who he lost. Bro, imagine if you missed... Bro, think about it this way. Imagine if you were in this guy's shoes and you, like, missed units because of this, right? Like, imagine if, like, you didn't get Imith, you didn't get Amordier, you didn't get Hiyuki, you didn't get any of these, like, basically, you didn't get any of these characters. Bitch, anybody released after Cardathea. Imagine you skipped anybody released after Cart for Zani. Oh, I'm livid. Oh, I'm livid, bro. Basically, every unit after Cart has been so good. I think that's the best way to... Every unit following Cardathea has been, like, really good. To where, if you pull any of them, you're set up for success somewhere. I think that's fair to say, right? Like, any unit you pull after... Bro, the unit quality has actually been nuts. Yeah, any person you pull, you're getting value. But then, like, the 3 units beforehand, there's... Bro, there's, like... It's, like, negative value. And then value from Cardathea onwards. So yeah, it's truly like an account breaking moment to prioritize your resources on these releases when all of this stuff came out afterwards. Because, bro, I look at all these characters and I only see units that have, like, withstood the test of time and, like, are slated to do well in the present and the future. I don't see any of these units doing bad for a long time. Do you see anybody here that looks like they're gonna fall off soon? I don't think so. The longevity that I see from this cast actually looks pretty insane. Long time equals 4 months. You know, it's been a year since Forlova came out, right? You know, we're approaching a year, almost a year on Augusta and Uno. We're almost a year on Augusta, Uno, Galbreda, and Forlova. We're not going to see a single unit after, like, Cardathea mentioned here, except, I guess, Imith for her cutscene gameplay, but that's pretty much it. I don't think we're going to see a single person after this. I think even the Skiprika pullers are happy with her because she does so much damage. She's so goofy, too. Yeah, I don't think anyone regrets pulling her because they're going around, they're doing, like, fucking 1 million damage with the Sola skin. So, yeah, let's see who else we got. Wait, that's even more comments all talking about Zani. So, I've always had this take. We all remember that there was a Zani drama on my channel where I simply said this character is a piece of shit and nobody should ever fucking pull her. But, like, it can clear a quick swap, but she's, like, garbage elsewhere. That was, like, my take, and that's just the majority take across the player base, yet somehow it was a drama and people disagree with me. That's because my ops are retarded. Wait, now, you know what? I need to actually, like, review. How many downvotes did I, like, end up consecutively getting across all this fucking content when, like, literally all I was saying was the fucking truth, bro? Bro, that's how I know. We were just getting brigaded. So, it's a majority of people are liking it. It's just getting brigaded like crazy. Dude, yeah, Zani mains are mentally ill, bro. And, of course, me and Wallenstein have made up, but, like, he again, it's funny what Wallenstein's did. He used, like, the AI liking feature on YouTube when he does it, when he's, like, ESL, and it liked comments, like, calling me retarded. So, like, Wallenstein's was seeing hardened comments, like, calling me retarded. And so that's why I was like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? But that's because of, like, a new feature that Google removed, because obviously it was bad. Because, like, creators were seeing hardened comments, like calling people, like, fucking horrible fucking things. So, yeah, that's the situation over there. That's the situation over there. All right, real quick. I want to take a participant audience from chat. Guys, wait. Can we see whose community this person is from real fast? I want to do some comparisons real quick. Can you guys tell me whose community I Love Mifu is from? Can we find out who they chat the most in? Because they're commenting on me getting 25 to 30K between YouTube views. I'd love to see which CC they watch the most and look at their views. I'm just asking, me too. Which CC do you watch the most? We'll find out, but, like, who do you watch and chat in the most? Just asking. Why can you... Wait. Can you answer my question? I mean, we'll find out. But, like, I'm just wondering. You, okay, you followed me 3 days ago. So you're lying. He's a Genizad viewer? Genizad viewer? Pokey and Genizad viewer. Let's take a look at their views then. All right, Pokey viewer. Why is Pokey stuck at... Let me just look here. 2K. Sorry, 1K. Why is Pokey stuck at 1K? Why'd you ask him that? Yo, if you're going to ask me why I'm stuck at 25 to 30, can you go ask Pokey why he's stuck at 1K? Oh, he watches Gotcha Smack too? Oh, okay. Can you ask Pokey... I'm gonna need to ask you to do these 3 things for you to get unbanned. Can you ask Gotcha Smack why his AKE videos are stuck at 5K? Can you ask why Gotcha Smack streams are stuck at sub 10K, sub 8K? Hey, are there any records of him asking Fobmaster why his YouTube channel looks like somebody with 1/10 of the subs? Can you ask Genizad as well why he uploads YouTube videos with the frequency of a woman's period? Once a month. You ask any of those questions to those chatters? You ask any of those questions to those streamers? So why are you asking me out of curiosity, but you won't ask those guys? I don't watch them. But we have records of you chatting a bunch of fucking times in all their channels. We got proof of you chatting a bunch of times in all their channels. It's a free farm, ladies and gentlemen. It's a free farm. Imagine talking about me being stuck at 25 as we're out here looking at the rest of the space looking like fucking... Bro, truly. Like, this just goes to show how retarded my ops viewers are. Get the fuck out of here. Following 3 days ago, typing that shit. LARPing that you're my viewer, bro. Bro, that's embarrassing. Hey, I'm glad to take shots, though. That shit was funny as fuck. And guess who tried to farm the Zani drum as well? Gotcha Smack. Gotcha Smack, the LARPer of the space, also tried to make it a point to try to, like, bag on me for the Zani drama as well, while that dude was out here grifting out over fucking, what's it called, Enfield. And he's still doing it to this day. Just gotta LARP sometimes, living in a grifter's paradise. I love doing that. Anyways, so, yeah, as you can see over here, guys, Zani is the most highly recommended unit. And naturally, there's still going to be some deniers as well because they can't seem to recognize that they're in the minority. But this just goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, this just goes to show vocal minorities have a lot of sway in the gacha space. And that's why you got to call them retarded idiots so that they learn that they're stupid. And that's why I do that all the time. And now we got 100% Camellia. And I think this is a fair take to make. Because she is a 1.x unit. But, like, why Camellia and nobody else? Like why Camellia, not Rosia? How is Camellia higher than a Rosia? Like, you got Rosia, you got, like, Jeja, you got, like, Yinlin, you got Zhangli, you got all these units, and then, like, Camellia. I get it, because she's not that great anymore, but, like, there's so many worse characters than her. Like, there's so many worse characters than her. I guess it is what it is. I'm a little bit, yeah. I mean, this was a little bit lame. And now we got this. Lucy under weapon. And this is where I can truly say this guy is kind of dumb. And I wanted to direct you back to that post we were looking at over here, right? What people should be doing. Not, what the hell? None. I only pull ones I like, either for their looks, voice actor, or their personality. If they're strong, that's a bonus. If that's a take that you have, you won't regret pulling a collab character. Because I think this is stupid. Were you pulling a collab character for the meta? Or, like, did you somehow get FOMO'd into liking the idea of a character like Lucy? Like, did you get FOMO'd into liking Lucy as a character? Or did you get FOMO'd into her meta relevance when that wasn't something either? So, like, what did you pull her for then? She wasn't like a broken meta unit. She's strong, not broken meta unit, but then she's also like, you should only pull her if you like the so, like, you're pulling her because of the collab. I don't. Lucy was really FOMO. Yeah, because it's a collab unit. And so, like, they also made it less FOMO by not having her be the strongest unit in the game. And that's why it's good for collab units not to be meta strong, because clearly you have people somehow complaining about FOMO when she's not even the strongest unit in the game. You know what I mean? It's just like, obviously, there would be more FOMO if she was stronger. So even if you make her not as strong, there's still FOMO. You know what? How about you just pull units that you like? And you won't run into these issues. Because you somehow got FOMO'd into a non-meta unit because I guess you got gaslit into liking Cyberpunk Edgerunners? I guess you actually didn't like it that much then. Like, what? Yeah, so I guess these are people admitting they got gaslit into liking Edgerunners more than they actually did, and so they pulled the collab? That's kind of embarrassing, I'm going to be honest. Sounds like you just got played but it's not even anyone's fault. You just played yourself. I think that's the best way to put it. You played yourself. Like, folded instantly. And now we've got another mention of Zani. Even though the guy's, like, kind of keeping it 50-50, he's keeping it a bug, she's here again. It's gotta be Zani. She isn't the only unit to have fallen off, but she's definitely one I'd like to play the least. I'm not mad about it. I wish she was not that hard to play. No, this isn't the thing. I don't consider Zani to be hard to play. I think Zani simply has an obscene skill floor required for baseline clears, and it's embarrassing unit design. I think that's a fair take. And then Imeth. Cinematics. They were cool in the beginning, but I'm so tired of seeing them. Guys, why do you think I never play Imeth during any TOA or end state clears? Or really, that's why I like end state Matrix, because I only had to play Imeth a single time. Why do you think I have intentionally avoided Imeth for like the past like 20 TOA videos? Because she's fucking boring, bro. Like, I'm going to sleep every time I use her rotation, bro. Like, I'm just out here on literal autopilot because the only thing I need to make sure of is that I don't get smacked out of Imeth's EBA. Or sorry, not even her EBA, her regular BA chain. You avoid Cardi too because I don't like playing Cardi. I don't like playing Jakota. I don't like playing Chisa and Chakota together. They like one of them with somebody else's like 5, but both of them together like give me cancer. Like their rotations are both like, dude, their rotations are both like so complicated, and there's so many button presses, and it's just like, dude, I just want to like activate your outro skills, like, please. I genuinely like playing Arrow Rover over Chisa. Guys, people like to bag on Arrow Rover, but Arrow Rover, at the very least, has a fast rotation after their first one. Arrow Rover's second rotation is insanely quick, because you just go in, you start off in the air, do your 2 slashes, then do a second slash into your ult. It's fast. It's faster than Chisa, bro. Chisa's so fucking slow, it's crazy, bro. Fucking grandma over here, octogenarian rotation speed, man. Now we got Camellia. Then Phoebe and Jinxie. As you can clearly see over here, ladies and gentlemen, there's one unit that is taking the storm when it comes to who people wish they could refund the most. And we could read more comments, but we're likely just going to see a bunch of 1.x characters. You don't see a single person following Cardathea, or really even like Zani. You don't see a single unit being mentioned there other than Imeth, and that's because of her cutscene level animations. Absolutely nothing else in her kit. They love her design, they love her Gundam, they love everything else, but her gameplay simply just leaves a lot to be desired because her gameplay is more of a spectacle than an actual game. And I think that's fair, and I think that's a great take to have. But when you realize, right, that people don't really regret anything following this unit, that's an amazing sign for the game, boys. That's an amazing sign for the game, because that truly means that when it comes to kits, character designs, meta relevance, and implementation, Kuro has been putting out products that people don't regret purchasing. And if you don't regret purchasing products that you buy from a company, you're probably going to buy from them again, because I guess the take is that you would like them. So that just means, bro, since like Septimon, these motherfuckers have like not missed. These guys, honestly, have like not missed in over a year. So I guess this is proof that Kuro Games truly does listen, because they haven't released a character as fucked up as Zani. Well, since Zani. And the proof that every single complaint is just regarding Zani. That's a W, isn't it? Let me know what you all thought. Everybody except you fucking weirdo Zani mains. You can all go f yourselves. And peace out.